We're at war with Iran. There's actually no other way to describe that. We're at war with Iran. So you could stop with the historical academic analysis and stop excavating old foreign policy textbooks and stop pretending this is doctoral thesis defense on empire. Is this 1953? Is this Vietnam? Is this Iraq? Is this 1979? We're literally in it. We're in it right now. Strikes have been launched. Leaders have been killed. Military capacity is being actively degraded. And for anybody desperate enough to try to understand what's going on, I'm going to tell you plainly, we are decapitating the government and not taking responsibility for what comes next. That's the whole game right there. That's the structure. And all this talk about monarchy, this, international coalition, that. Do you really think Trump has the patience to rebuild Iran in the same way the U.S. tried to rebuild Iraq? Do you really think so? Do you really think this administration has tolerance for an Afghanistan-led reconstruction project? Be serious. I just want you to lock in for a second. There is no appetite for occupation. There is no patience for generational state building. There is no domestic political oxygen for let's stabilize Tehran for the next 15 years. That doesn't even exist. You know what does exist? Appetite for degrading them. Appetite for capacity reduction. Appetite for smashing the spear and walking away from the handle. We already know what we're breaking. We know what we're breaking when we go up in there. We're just not claiming what we'll build. We're not claiming it. And that silence is not accidental. It is the posture of the moment. So I want to show you where this gets dangerous. Because the greatest threat to an American citizen in this moment is not a missile. It's not a missile at all. It's the narrative environment. You already feel it. The same dread that never left. ISIS didn't vanish into mythology. That didn't happen. Minnesota didn't rewind the killings. That didn't happen. Cultural tension didn't dissolve. The fractures were already here. This war didn't create dread, it amplified it. And amplified dread demands resolution. So people compress. They compress into binaries. Listen to me. Pro-war, anti-war, pro-Israel, anti-Israel, loyal, disloyal. If Gavin Newsom says the war is irresponsible, does that make him anti-Israel? If someone asks for an in-state solution, does that make them sympathetic to Iran? No. No, but panic compression does make it feel that way. People try to resolve foreign ambiguity with emotional certainty. And that right there is the perfect environment for emergency enforcement. Because once ambiguity makes people anxious, once dread makes them crave clarity, and once the narrative compresses them into two choices, authority will expand quietly. Exceptional measures feel reasonable. Laws get passed according to invisible binaries that everyone somehow agreed to, but no one can define. That's exactly how it happens. You think you're responding to missiles when you made that video? You responded to narrative pressure. That's all that happened. And narrative pressure is far easier to weaponize than artillery. So I'm going to be unmistakable right now. The psychological war is the biggest threat to the American population in this environment. Not a single bullet, not a single missile, and not Tehran. Not it at all, but the simplification of your mind into a binary. Because once your mind is simplified, your consent is simplified. I want you to get what I just said. Once your mind is simplified into a binary, your consent is simplified into a binary. And once your consent is simplified, enforcement simply follows. It's like water following a riverbed. You don't need tanks in the street for a society to narrow. You just need fear. You just need fear, and you need a little bit of urgency. And that's exactly how you get a public that feels morally obligated to get serious. And seriousness under ambiguity becomes obedience. So I'm going to show you the whole pipeline right now. Foreign ambiguity always comes. They good at making it. Emotional compression happens at home. Everybody's tense. You get binary loyalty, right? People try to become correct in the situation, right? And that opens up emergency enforcement, which actually creates a normalized expansion of authority. All while everybody believes they're being responsible citizens. All while everybody says, well, times are just different now. But they're not. They're not. The mechanism is old. It just runs on dread. We're decapitating a government abroad. And if we allow our own cognition to be decapitated in response, if we allow fear to amputate our nuance, then the real destabilization will not come from a country across the globe. It'll come from the quiet narrowing of public space at home. It sure will. The war is real, though. It is real. Terrorism will happen because of it. In the future. You can just mark my words on it. But the greatest danger to Americans in this moment is not an incoming strike. It's not. It's simply the narrative environment. And that narrative environment, it simplifies your thinking into two camps and then governs you according to that simplification. We are at war. We are. I don't even have an easy way to tell you that. But do not let them turn your mind into the next front.